Like, I really felt like my thoughts was really my reality just because of how it made me feel. Before, I wasn't in a place where I could actually like really continue on with my day. If anything, I was digressing. If anything, I was staying the same. If anything, I wasn't doing anything to progress. I felt like I couldn't move. I couldn't continue on with my day. I couldn't do anything that I wanted to do because of how I felt and how great that feeling was. I'm only making this video because I've been able to overcome how I feel. If I didn't, I wouldn't be able to make this video. I'm telling you straight up, I would be still in my head 24/7. I'm out of that loop of just feeling anxious, or I'm out of that state of mind where I was feeling, discouraged, because now I have something where I'm reminded of that is real. CEOs, what's up? It's your boy CEO Option. I'm back with another video, and don't let your thoughts discourage you. Let your actions and efforts be the proof in the pudding. Our own thoughts can be more detrimental than what others say towards us. That being the case, embrace the fact that our thoughts aren't our reality. Our actions, our efforts, what we choose to do next is our reality. Reality is what you do next. It's so easy to let our thoughts dictate what we do next just because of how they can make us feel. However, feel it can keep stepping. Feel it can choose all of you. If not you, who then? If not you, who will? Reality is what you do next. And with that being said, I like to just say this, like, it doesn't even matter the type of thought or the context of the thought. The feeling alone can be very discouraging, very overwhelming. It could feel so real that like you lose touch with your actual reality, like what's really in front of you, because whatever you're feeling, like, you can't fake that. Like that, you feel it. Like, no one can take away what you feel. Like, no one can say, no, that's not real. Like, you're not feeling that. Like, whatever you're feeling, understand that. Try to actually understand what it is. See, me personally, before, I used to actually like deflect. I used to actually let my thoughts in a way dictate how I go about my day. Like, if I have one bad thought and I try to continue on, something bad happens next, or I have another bad thought, well, that's because I tried to avoid, or I tried to continue on with my day. But that's because I'm not trying to feel overwhelmed. I'm not trying to feel discouraged. I'm not trying to feel anxious no more, right? But before, like, I really felt like my thoughts was really my reality just because of how it made me feel. Like, just the feeling alone, that was already like it basically was good enough for me to understand, okay, this is something real. Like, I was like, okay, this is real. Like, I'm going through this because I felt it. Like, if I didn't feel it, then I wouldn't believe it. But because I felt it, I genuinely had believed that this is real, whatever that thought was. As crazy as the thought was, it doesn't matter. Like, at one point, I would just let it just dictate how I go about my day. And if I tried to avoid it, or if I tried to do something different, well, in my head, I would just think, oh, I'm about to have more bad thoughts. Or when I do have bad thoughts, it's because I was trying to, avoid it or trying to move on. That's how crazy the feeling was for me, at least, my bad thoughts. Now, over time, I've gotten better. I'm mentally stronger. But it's because genuinely I've come to the realization that I'm actually going to have bad thoughts. I had to accept that I'm going to have bad thoughts and have these feelings that, for a moment will make me feel discouraged. But I had to embrace that. I had to embrace that feeling before I was deflecting, before I just didn't want to feel it no more. I didn't want to feel it at all. So I tried to take it off my mind. But I didn't realize that, I can have another bad thought and it's going to make me feel like this way too. I never had asked myself, I never even validated these thoughts. I never fact checking. Like, I never was like, this is real, this is not. I never asked myself, is this real? Is this something I have control of? Can I do something about it? Or is this in my head? I didn't even do that. The moment I felt something from one single thought, that was just already that's my clear sign of, nope, this is real, basically, in my head previously. But now after finally coming to a point in my life where I realized, yo, I'm going to have bad thoughts. I'm going to have good thoughts too. But at the end, what I do next is very key. Yeah, like before, I wasn't in a place where I could actually like really continue on with my day. If anything, I was digressing. If anything, I was staying the same. If anything, I wasn't doing anything to progress because I couldn't, in a sense, because of how much I felt and how much I wasn't trying to feel no more. Like I was so focused on what I felt. It was very, very discouraging. It was very like I just felt whatever my thought was, I deserved it, and that's just my reality, basically. There's this song called Untouchable by No Cap. He just released it on his new album called Mr. Crawford, I believe, and there's this line where he says, "One bad thought won't talk the rest of the day." Essentially, that's how I felt. But on top of that, I felt like I couldn't move. I couldn't continue on with my day. I couldn't do anything that I wanted to do because of how I felt and how great that feeling was. Like basically that feeling that I had felt was greater than my whole being, basically, because that feeling was real. I had chose that feeling over my whole being instead of realizing that it's just a part of me. Like it's a part of life. Like I'm going to have these thoughts that they're gonna make me feel weird, but as long as I'm able to, okay, understand why I'm feeling this way, or even get to that point, like I can do that through my actions and my efforts. The proof is in the pudding, right? My actions, my efforts, I can choose to still be great. I can choose to still have a great day. Who's to say that I can't? Yeah, obviously my thoughts can say, oh, you're not going to have a great day. But at the end of the day, my actions, what I do next, that's very key. Before I just, the moment I felt something, I'd stop. It hindered me from actually continuing on with my day. But I never really understood my thoughts back then. I never really had the opportunity to really just, be conscious of what I was thinking and why I thought it, or what made it appear. Like I just never did any of that. I never was like, I wasn't self-aware in a sense. Anytime I felt something, I was not trying to feel that no more, period. Like I'm not even trying to talk. When you see somebody and you're not trying to talk to them, it's like that. I'm like, see that nope, I'm not even trying to talk to you. That's how I felt with my thoughts. Especially the bad ones. I was like, nope, I'm not dealing with you today. The fuck? You feel me? Like I was just like, nope, I'm good. But I realized that at the end of the day, reality is what I do next. Reality is what you do next. So don't let your thoughts discourage you. Don't let them trick you into feeling like that you can't have a great day. Because you still can. Like you can still choose to put your best foot forward. You might have started your day off the wrong foot with some bad thoughts, something that discouraged you right off the bat. But don't let that be the reason why you don't have a great day still, that you aren't able to still conquer your day. You can. Just don't let it discourage you. Don't let it trick you into thinking that you can't, because you can. And trust me, I'm only making this video because I've been able to overcome how I feel. If I didn't, I wouldn't be able to make this video. I'm telling you straight up. I would be still in my head 24/7. I'm not here to say that I'm not in my head or I still don't have times where I'm in my head. No, I do. That's part of life. But I have to get back to the present. There's steps, there's things like this type of thing takes time, but you have to choose all of you. You can't just choose that one thought and allow it to be now all of you. That's what I really want you to understand. Like this shit really realer than what others have to say about you, because you genuinely feel this. You feel me? Like you don't need to see somebody for somebody to disrespect you to feel the way you feel from these thoughts. Like this shit is greater and realer than what others have to say about you. That's why I mean it when I say like what others say about you or what they have to say, their opinions, like at the end of the day is word of mouth. Like literally it doesn't stick as much as your own thoughts and how it makes you feel. That's what sticks. But you don't want it to stick that long. You don't want it to, become your reality. Like, you can't just believe in that. You feel me? Like, just like how you can't be believing in what others have to say about you. Like, you can't be believing in these bad thoughts and letting them discourage you and make you feel like you can't be great or that you aren't great, because you are. That's what I really want you to understand. All right, so look, I have these 2 screenshots that I feel like go best with what I had to share with you. Yeah, you. All right, so the first one says this. It's actually a quote. Nothing in the world can bother you as much as your own mind. I tell you, in fact, others seem to be bothering you, but it is not others. It is your own mind. I'm gonna say it one more time. Nothing in the world can bother you as much as your own mind. I tell you. In fact, others seem to be bothering you, but it is not others. It is your own mind. And that's by Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. So shout out to you, Sri. Sri. And the last one, second but not least, says this. Happiness is just a state of mind. I'm gonna say that one more time. Happiness is just a state of mind. They want you to choose what feels good temporarily. They want you to really feel like you can't be happy unless you go purchase that materialistic item or do that thing that, numbs the pain or whatever. And, you don't feel it no more for the time being. Nah, feel that shit. You can keep stepping. Understand that you can choose to be happy right now. And I'm going to give you a few things that you can do. And when I say this, bro, I'm not joking. I'm being dead ass. You can either reflect, you can ask yourself, you can literally reflect and just ask yourself, what am I thankful for? What am I grateful for? What's in my life that genuinely I'm appreciative of? That I'm grateful I have in my life, whether it be your siblings or your parents or your pet, whatever it is. The moment you grasp onto that thing that you are grateful for, that you're happy for, that isn't something that you are literally putting money into or, putting like additional energy. No, it's just there as is. The moment you realize those things, you are happy. At least for me personally, I smile, I appreciate, I'm glad I'm in that state of mind where I'm happy as fuck. Like, I'm out of I'm out of that loop of just feeling anxious, or I'm out of that state of mind where I was feeling, discouraged, because now I have something where I'm reminded of that is real, that is present, that's in my life, that's, not just a part of me, you know what I'm saying? Or is also a part of me, if anything. Just like how a bad thought is a part of your life, right? You also have something good in your life that's a part of your life. Embrace that, appreciate that. That's honestly a great way of just getting yourself into that state of mind. Happiness. Happiness isn't something that you, like, that shit's in you. It's not on you. Literally, it's in you, not on you. All right, so look, that's pretty much it that I felt like sharing with y'all. If anything, I just genuinely hope whatever I had said, whatever I had to share with you was understandable in one way or another. But yeah, bro, I just felt like getting this off my chest and just wanting you to understand, like, yo, like, you will have bad thoughts. That's part of life, bro. But who's to say that you can't overcome it and change the narrative and actually prove to yourself that you can be happy, that you can be great, that you can do these things that, for a moment you feel discouraged on or about and feel like you can't do it. No, go prove yourself wrong. And I know you will. I know you will be great. I believe in you. Like, for real. That being said, that's pretty much it that I felt like sharing with you today. All right. I felt like I shared a lot right there. No cap. Some personal shit, some relatable shit. No cap. Like, for real, no cap. All right. With that being said, it's your boy CEO Option. I'm gonna catch up tomorrow. I love y'all. Peace.